So it's day 20 of the Prune and Bloom challenge. And today I am inviting you to give up perfectionism. Can't quite believe I haven't done this earlier on, but it just struck me yesterday when I was thinking about me doing this challenge and me creating the membership and allowing the mess and allowing, missing some days, emails not going out to the right people, having conversations with people that I had no idea would be interested in working with me or in doing this challenge as well. And all of those things were able to bloom. Well, those are not necessarily things that we want to bloom. It doesn't feel good when we make mistakes. It doesn't feel good when we're putting something out that doesn't look the way we want it to do in our head. But we're building the skill of creating what we want to create when we allow ourselves to do things imperfectly. And there is a video that I share with my coaching clients like every couple of weeks, I think, and it's by Ira Glass and it's about the gap. And it's a fantastic video. It's about 2 minutes long. So I'll put a link under this video or this audio if you're listening to the podcast. And the idea is he's talking about creativity and how the only difference between people who become really, really good, really skilled, really recognized for what they do, and those that don't, is that the people that do, they push through that discomfort and they keep practicing and they keep trying different things and they close that gap between the idea that they have in their heads, where they're inspired by, the entrepreneurs, the creatives, the dreamers, the people that have created things already that motivated them to start to do something, and where they are now. And so I think thinking about what we want to create and thinking about what perfectionism does is it kills our dreams right at the beginning. And I really want you to notice, like the way that I coach, I'm a time hacker trained coach. So I don't want you to think like, oh, it takes time. It takes time and it takes repetition and all of these things. It doesn't. This is the really interesting paradox almost of once we let go of perfectionism and once we dive into trying to do things and failing. And my coach said to me a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about what I wanted to create and why I hadn't created it already, and she just said to me, like, you just need to learn to take a hit. Like, you're avoiding the pain of being punched. Like, you're failing, but you're not failing. It's like superficial failure. You need to really go big, learn to take a hit. And that's what I'm doing. And it's really interesting because the first hit that I took, it took a second. And all the data, all the information that I got from that second pushed me and propelled me forward. So don't think that these failures are going to take a lot of time, that it means that you're committing to this long, like, dirge and litany of failing and failing for many years and suffering. It's not about that. There's this like playfulness. I think of it as like, puppies falling over, or kittens when they're learning how to walk, and they're constantly falling over and scrambling, but they're having so much fun at the same time. And I think we forget that failing is fun. Right? It can be really fun. When you trip over, you get an adrenaline rush. When you do something ridiculous, it can make you laugh. But it does that when we create that safety for that failure. Okay. And we can do that in many different ways. And I talk about them in other podcasts and in my trainings. But one of the ways we can do that is to be intentional and say, I am practicing letting go of perfectionism. I'm intentionally learning to take a hit. And this is what I'm creating space for to bloom. Now, you may not, in fact, you probably don't know what's going to bloom when you prune that perfectionism, because it's going to be 100 times better than anything you've already thought of. Okay. So let me know how you get on. Come to the community. We have got open coaching this Saturday. It's like a coaching atelier. So you can come along, you can get a taster of what it's like to be in the Prune and Bloom membership. There'll be a discussion, there'll be some coaching topics, and you'll make some progress on your goals and dreams. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.